Conclusion: your journey forward. Where two rivers meet. You've traveled with us through an exploration that might have seemed unlikely at first, connecting Max Lucado's practical Christian wisdom about taming thoughts with the ancient spiritual psychology of the Bhagavad-gita. Yet as we've discovered, these two streams of wisdom flow toward the same ocean: genuine peace, authentic love, and a transformed relationship with life itself. This isn't about choosing between traditions or abandoning your current faith. It's about recognizing universal principles of consciousness and spiritual growth that appear across cultures and centuries because they reflect how human psychology and spirituality actually work. What you've discovered. Through this journey, you've encountered some profound realizations. Your thoughts aren't just random mental events, they're creative forces that literally shape your experience of reality. Learning to work with them consciously rather than being their victim is perhaps the most practical skill you can develop. Your struggles aren't signs of weakness, they're invitations to discover inner resources you didn't know you possessed. Every challenge becomes an opportunity for spiritual growth when approached with the right understanding. You're not just a physical body trying to have spiritual experiences, you're a spiritual being temporarily wearing physical form. This shift in identity changes everything about how you relate to success, failure, aging, and even death. Peace isn't something you have to achieve, it's something you have to stop disturbing. When the mental noise settles, your natural state of consciousness is inherently peaceful and loving. You don't have to figure everything out alone, you're connected to an infinite source of wisdom and love that wants to help you grow and serve others. Learning to collaborate with this divine intelligence makes life both easier and more meaningful. The path forward: making it personal. Knowledge without application remains merely interesting information. The question now is, how will you integrate these insights into your actual daily experience? Start where you are. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Begin with small, consistent practices. Morning intention. Spend a few minutes each morning connecting with your deeper purpose before diving into daily tasks. Mindful transitions. Use routine activities like eating, walking, or even commuting as opportunities to practice presence and gratitude. Evening reflection. Before sleep, briefly review your day. Where did you remember your spiritual identity, and where did you get caught in reactive patterns? Build your support system. Surround yourself with influences that support your spiritual growth. Find community. Whether in a church, meditation group, or informal gathering of friends interested in spiritual topics, regular association with like-minded people provides encouragement and accountability. Choose your inputs carefully. What you read, watch, and listen to shapes your consciousness. Gradually shift toward content that elevates rather than agitates your mind. Seek guidance. Whether from pastors, spiritual teachers, or wise mentors, having guidance from those who've walked the path before you prevents many unnecessary detours. Develop your practice. Consistency matters more than intensity. A few minutes of genuine spiritual practice daily will transform your life more than occasional intense efforts. Prayer or meditation. Regular communion with the divine, however you understand it, keeps you connected to your source. Sacred reading. Study wisdom literature that connects you with transcendent truth rather than just current events or entertainment. Service. Look for opportunities to help others, especially in ways that support their spiritual growth and genuine well-being. The ongoing adventure. Spiritual growth isn't a problem to solve but a relationship to deepen. You're not trying to reach some final state of perfection, you're learning to live in conscious partnership with divine love and wisdom. This means you'll continue to face challenges, make mistakes, and discover new areas that need healing. But instead of seeing these as signs of failure, you can recognize them as the natural process of consciousness evolving toward greater love, wisdom, and service. When you stumble, you will have days when you forget everything you've learned here and react from old patterns of fear, anger, or selfishness. This is normal, not failure. The key is how quickly you remember your true identity and return to spiritual consciousness. Each time you notice you've gotten caught in ego-driven thinking and consciously return to a more loving perspective, you're strengthening your spiritual muscle memory. Over time, it becomes easier to catch yourself sooner and recover more quickly when others don't understand. As you grow spiritually, some people in your life might not understand the changes they see in you. You might become less interested in gossip, competition, or purely material pursuits. You might prioritize service and spiritual growth over conventional success. Don't try to convince anyone to change, simply embody the peace and love you're developing. Your transformed presence becomes an invitation for others to explore their own spiritual potential, but without pressure or preaching. The larger purpose. Your personal spiritual growth isn't ultimately about you, it's about becoming a more effective instrument of divine love in the world. As your consciousness becomes purified and aligned with transcendent values, you naturally contribute to the healing and elevation of collective human consciousness. Every person who learns to respond from wisdom rather than reaction, love rather than fear, and service rather than selfishness makes the entire world a little more peaceful and compassionate. In this sense, your inner work is also your outer contribution. By healing your own consciousness, you help heal the world. The promise fulfilled. Both Max Lucado and the Bhagavad-gita make the same ultimate promise: sincere spiritual effort, guided by authentic wisdom and supported by divine grace, leads to profound transformation. This doesn't mean life becomes easy or that all problems disappear. It means you develop the inner resources to meet any challenge with wisdom, courage, and love. You become able to find meaning and purpose regardless of external circumstances. Most importantly, you discover that the peace and love you've been seeking externally were always available internally, as your deepest nature. All spiritual practice ultimately points you back to this simple recognition. Your invitation. This book ends, but your journey continues. You now have practical tools and profound insights from two great wisdom traditions. You understand how your mind works and how to work with it skillfully. You know the difference between temporary and eternal sources of happiness. You recognize your spiritual identity and your connection to infinite love. The question isn't whether transformation is possible, it's whether you're willing to do the daily work of remembering who you really are and acting from that recognition. Both traditions assure you that this effort is never wasted. Every moment of choosing love over fear, wisdom over reaction, service over selfishness moves you closer to the peace and purpose you're seeking. The divine intelligence that created this entire universe is available to support your growth and service. You're not alone in this endeavor, and you have access to help beyond what you can imagine. Trust the process, be patient with yourself, stay connected with sources of wisdom and inspiration, serve others whenever possible. And remember, you're not trying to become something you're not, you're learning to be what you've always been beneath the layers of conditioning and confusion. The path is clear. The destination is certain. The support is infinite. Your real life, the life of conscious spiritual service, begins now. May you discover the peace that passes understanding. May you embody the love that transforms all it touches. May you fulfill the unique spiritual purpose for which you came to this earth. And may your journey inspire others to remember their own divine nature. The journey continues. A personal thank you. As we close this exploration together, I want to thank you for allowing me to be part of your spiritual journey, even if only for these few chapters. Writing this book has been a privilege, to serve as a bridge between two beautiful wisdom traditions and to witness, through your engagement with these pages, the stirring of consciousness that happens when sincere seekers encounter timeless truth. Your willingness to question, to grow, and to consider new perspectives gives me hope that the ancient wisdom contained in both Max Lucado's Practical Christianity and the Bhagavad-gita's profound teachings will continue to transform lives and heal our world, one awakened heart at a time. Thank you for taking this journey with me. The rest of the path is yours to walk, but you walk it with the love and guidance of the divine, and with my prayers for your continued growth and service to all beings. With deep gratitude and boundless good wishes for your spiritual journey ahead. Shivani Dewan.